What's good? What's good? I'm back. It's been a little while since we posted in the booth, right? The podcast form, a little longer, right? Every time I get in here, it's because I want to be able to explain my position more, explain in depth more about what's going on, what I'm thinking, what I feel the coach, the player, the situation was. I posted about Coach Prime in his comments about recruiting yesterday. A minute and 30 is not long enough to talk about that, not near long enough. So I want to sit here and break it down even further, right? Coach Prime talked about when he recruits his quarterbacks, dual parent household, 3.5 and up, lineman, dual household with a good father as well, 3.3 and up. D lineman, he said he want that dog. He want the complete opposite. He said, I want a single mama. Free lunch. He want them to go out there and eat. People are in an uproar about, oh my gosh, he said single mama, and good parent, good kids come from single parent households. Yes, they do. Just like we know bad kids can come from dual parent households, of course. But check this out, and I'm gonna put these posts up here. Coach Prime jumped in the comments. He hit us with a preach. Then he also got in the comments and talked about, hey, go look at the stats. The stats are there. He ain't hard to find. He ain't just saying this just to be saying it. Yes, you might not want to hear it, but he's saying it for a reason. One, he's not only just talking about truly only single moms, but we're going to get into that. But he's talking about more of that mindset, being that dog, getting it out the mud, having to go eat, finding it any way possible, right? To make it to where you want to because you don't have those resources. Now, and once again, we're not talking everybody. We're just talking, in large numbers. That's what a defensive guy mindset you want. Somebody that's going to make that play regardless. They ain't trying to do it the pretty way. They trying to find that ball. They trying to hit somebody. They trying to make a play. A lot of them offensive guys pretty, right? They just want to make the pretty play. They want to score. They want to celebrate. They want to post it on IG. Prime said on defense, he don't want none of that prettiness. He wants somebody who had to get it out the mud. Now, y'all are on Coach Prime because he's the only person saying this out loud. Once again, I played college sports. I have coaches in high places in college sports. I have coaches that are in the NFL. This is something that they actually talk about. Y'all are mad at Coach Prime for saying something that's really going on. Because once again, not all single moms or dads, kids grow up and are bad kids. We're not saying that. But when you're looking for somebody to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars and in college and millions of dollars, you want to see their background of their parents. No different than when you start dating somebody. You're going to say, hey, what does your mom and dad do? How did you grow up? What are your thoughts on certain things? What are your morals? Because at the end of the day, they talk about, well, football is just football. And if you can play, you can play. Yes, but you still have to be a certain type of person, right? As a quarterback, you still got to be a certain type of person as a wideout. You still got, so background matters of where you come from. And once again, nothing is 100% this way or that way, but I'm just giving you the real. If you got a quarterback and he can throw that football, and let's take the single parents out of it, and he comes from a parent that dad is due in and out of jail. Boom. Dad's there, but he's in and out of jail. Mom over here doing whatever she doing. It's like, dang, this is how homie done grow up. He can throw, but I don't know if I can trust him on and off the field. Look at the environment. If he gets in that same environment, he'd have been in a little trouble now at the crib, right? So these are little things. And I'm talking about take the single parents out. I'm talking about dual parents. Background matters. Coach Prime also said, look at the stats. Once again, when you see people walking across that stage, when you see KD wanting to thank his mama, right? A lot of the greatest athletes came from some of the worst backgrounds. Some of the most dog athletes came from some of the worst backgrounds. Prime said, go look at the numbers of the all pro guys. Go look at the numbers of the Hall of Fame guys. and you tell me what you see. He's not just throwing that out there, just throw it out there. He's throwing it out there because there's a trend of where people come from, what that background looks like at certain positions, at certain sports, right? And this ain't just football in their position, certain sports. Backgrounds look a certain way. When you see the young black golfers, once again, I'm just telling you, it's not coming usually from single parent households. Come from dual parent households that have the money for them to get into that sport. There's different economics for different sports, different positions, different jobs, everything. And Coach Prime is just bringing the light and being real about it. Now, does that mean Coach Prime could see a quarterback and he could be, let's say, a 5-star, good arm, 4.0 student, then he gonna look at him and be like, you just grew up with your mama, can't take you. I doubt that happens. But he's just saying that's one of the criteria he looks for when he's looking for a guy at that position. And Coach Prime even says in the message that he put up on my post, he was in a single parent household for a time himself. So I could see if you felt a certain way because Coach Prime grew up privileged, right? And he's like, oh, well, you grew up with your mom and daddy, so you're looking down on the kids that didn't have a mom and dad the whole time. That would even make me feel a little different. But when I went through something, when I've seen it, when I've lived it, then I go to the next level and the guys playing with me went through those same things. I feel like it gives me a little more to be able to speak on that subject. It's no different when we talk about black and white folks. Black folks don't want white folks to speak on certain issues they have because you ain't lived it. Just like me as a black man not going to tell a white man how he should live his life. I haven't lived it, so how can I give you a suggestion on that to a certain extent? Like in generals, yes, but Coach Prime lived this for a time. He's seen this for a time. He's grown up in the coaching world from the young kids to the little older kids and now to the D1 Power 5 level. I think he's seen a thing or two in this arena. So I'm not taking it as a slap on the face. I'm just telling you what's real and what I've seen growing up as an athlete as well. You can take it or leave it and say you protecting Coach Prime. Once again, I've never met Coach Prime. I've never met Coach Prime. And I understand why people, like I said, were mad because we live in 2023 and it's a politically correct society. If you say anything, you have to be willing to stand on it and be willing to take the backlash with it. Coach Prime didn't say he didn't like single parents. He said he looks for his quarterback and his lineman to have dual parents and a father at home. Just like a lot of you in your significant others look for them to see what they are, one, because that gets you interested in them, but you're going to ask, what your parents do? What do you believe in, right? Just because you're a good player, just because you look good as a woman, to get me interested, I want to still know some of those core beliefs and those values you grew up under. Just like he's still probably going to ask, what does your mom and dad do for the dual parent? Once again, go look at a lot of the greatest athletes. Current day, past day, Hall of Famers, all pros. That's what Coach Prime is saying. Go look at those and come back and tell me, what do you find? He said the numbers are out there. All you got to do is research it. This brings me to an even bigger topic. Parents. They're looking at single parent, dual parent households. Y'all got to realize, y'all out here acting a fool on the sideline and posting whatever you want to on social media, screaming at coaches, sending crazy text messages, phone calls, emails. That hurts your kid. Y'all think what y'all do don't affect your kid. These coaches are looking at you as well. Because if you acting a fool, your kid might get up here acting a fool. And if we bring your kid up here, even if he ain't acting a fool and you start to acting a fool, your kid gonna be back at home with you. Parents, you have to realize what you do can and will affect your kid in the recruiting process. Coaches ain't dealing with all that foolishness. You think you can run your mouth cussing out coaches from the stand? posting any crazy thing online, these coaches get to see that. They talk about that. Man, I wonder why my kid ain't getting recruited. He making plays, he doing this. Now, if your kid is elite, elite athletes get more chances, more opportunity. But if your kid is just good, better have them grades up. Mom and dad better be doing what they need to do. You better stay out of trouble. But I'm telling you, what you do, parents, affects your kids, not only in recruiting, but in life. And y'all mad at Coach Prime for saying what he looks for. Dez Bryant, for instance, when he got, and I'm not saying it's right, I'm just telling you, Coach Prime is telling you what is happening. When Dez Bryant was trying to get drafted and he was at the combine, one of the GMs literally asked him, or owners, whichever one, asked him about his mom and asked was she a prostitute. That was out of line, out of bounds. But why would you want to know that? One, you're being nosy for sure. But two, it's like, dang, I know he has a young mom. I know we're about to give him all this money. What comes with him if mom's going to be around, maybe? What comes with him if he got to take care of mom? Does he have, because of how he's grown up and what he's seen, will he be able to operate in this environment with all this money? That's probably what they're thinking. Am I saying it's right? No, but that's what they're probably thinking. Because if it wasn't just the background of the mom, that GM would probably ask all the black players, was your mom a prostitute? Did your mom do whatever, this or that, blah, blah, blah. But in that certain case, he had probably heard of what happened with Dez and his mom being 15 when she got pregnant, I believe, or maybe even 14, somewhere in there. Once again, I'm not saying it's right, but I'm telling you what these guys that are giving out the money are thinking. So while you're mad at Coach Prime for being real with you, once again, I've always told people, I'd rather you be real with me and me not like what you have to say than lie to me and make me feel good and I don't got a chance. And I'm out here fighting a battle that I can't win. Let me know. Let me know how you're thinking. If you don't like me, let me know you don't like me and we can move accordingly. If you want to fight me, let me know we're about to fight and we can square up. Don't be mad at Coach Prime for literally keeping it real. Once again, I understand 2023, it's going to offend people. Everything's going to offend people. But if you go do the research and you come back and find something else, Coach Prime said he ain't hard to find. And hey, if y'all go look at my post, when I post about Coach Prime, he's pulling up every time. He ain't hard to find. And in the last post, when I posted those comments, I didn't tag Coach Prime. I didn't mention Coach Prime. I didn't message Coach Prime. If Coach Prime being talked about, he going to find it. Trust me, him and his team is going to find it. But that's just my thoughts on it. One, he's talking about the mentality. Where do you come from? Are you looking to seek and destroy? Are you looking to get it by any means? But then he's also talking about literally the numbers. These are the numbers showing. Dual parents, single parents, this neighborhood, that neighborhood. And once again, the last thing I'm going to leave you with. I know Coach Prime is getting on, and we're going to pick and choose. And he knows that people are going to pick and choose when to ride with him because some people want to see him win. Some people want to see him fail. But for some of us black folks, I'm just saying the black folks, I can only, once again, because I only can talk about what we talk about. Y'all ain't never played on a team or ain't never coached a team and say, hey, we from over here in Mesquite, we from over here in South Dallas, or whatever your neighborhood is where you got to get it from. We about to go play these rich kids over here. I don't care if they're white, black, or Hispanic. We about to go play these rich kids. Y'all better not let them beat you. Y'all got more to play for. Y'all got to get it. Y'all got to get out of your situation. And if you tell me you ain't never had that conversation, or your coach ain't never said that to you, cool. But don't act like this ain't a real thing that we talk about. Those kids got it good over there. They don't want to play or don't have to play like you have to play. Those kids, when they grow up, dad's going to make them a CEO. Those kids, when they grow up, they're going to be on Wall Street. You got to get it out the mud. You got to figure it out. And when we go over there, we're going to show them how much this means to us. So don't act like those conversations ain't ever been had. They have been had, they're still being had, and they're true. When we go roll up to the rich neighborhood, we got to slap them. We got to slap them. We wanted more. We needed more. Those are conversations that we've always had. And like I said, it ain't just going to the white rich neighborhood. I don't care if it's an all black team. If they grow up and all they pops played in the league and they done live good lives, we gotta go ride. We gotta go ride on them. And I'd have had white kids on my team, black kids, Hispanic kids, Asian kids. It don't matter the color. We're talking about the situation and the environment that you grew up in. You know, we trying to go get it a little more than them. And that's what Prime is saying. I'm trying to find them kids on defense that's trying to get it a little more than that kid over there. That kid's a good D lineman, a good nose. This dude's a monster, though. I got to pull him up off of somebody. That kid make the play. I want the kid I got to pull up off of somebody and say, hey, bro, you good. Job well done. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Once again, this is just me growing up in an environment. We wasn't from the slums. I had two parents. A lot of my friends had two parents, but I grew up in an environment where I seen a lot of friends that only had one parent. This is me growing up in an environment of sports. This is me growing up in an environment of kids that I train, what I see, playing college sports, playing in the league. All that is what I'm putting together when I'm looking at what Coach Prime is saying. And it's saying, dang, that sucks to hear. But it's true. Go look at the guys that are balling across the league, football and basketball, and you tell me what you find. We out.